Hey there, folks. I'm Joe Crawford of artlearn.com. Pretty much every day I go to CSSBattle.dev. I'm loading it now, and I do the daily target, and then I record it. Did I say that already? I think I did. All right. Cool. This is a neat one. I feel like I know what this is. There are a number of different approaches that I could take. Let's go with nested template. And what I'm going to do is an all box shadow solution. So let's see what that looks like. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the HTML element, I'm going to put this green on it. And then I want to make the shape of just the rectangle in the middle. And to do that, and I'll start with setting the background of this, although I'm actually not going to use background. So we got to adjust these margins, 22, and then 70, 60, 70, 80. No, 40, 42, 42, 22. Okay, so this is what we've made. And and I don't want that. This number needs to be more like 80, 70, 88, 87. Okay, so this is the shape that I've made. Now, I'm going to set the color to that color to the blue, and then it's all about box shadows. So I think there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 box shadows is the technique I'm going to use. Is it the best technique? I don't know. It's what I'm deciding to use. So let's do inset 50 pixels, 30 pixels. So that's the start. So you see the X value there is 50. Let's make it 60, 70, 80, 100, 110, and 40, 45. Okay. So then the next one is going to be a variation on that. So that's the inset from the top left corner. And I'm going to do another one. And this one will be those two same values, but negative. Negative 110 and negative 45. So that is a way to do it. Is this the best way? I don't know. You could also use borders. You could do other things. But in this case, I just want to do all box shadows. The next one we're going to do, let's see. Oh, and maybe this is where I made my mistake. Let's try 110 pixels minus 50 pixels. Okay, so this is where the shortcomings of my solution are showing themselves. Is it 100? 95? Okay. So the shortcoming is that this is not quite right. So I'll need an additional box shadow ahead of that, I believe. In the meantime, I'm going to follow through with this solution and see how that goes. 65, okay. And then the next one will be 95 pixels, 65 pixels. Wait. And then the next one will be 130 pixels minus 120 pixels. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. 200 minus 20, and then comma, and then positive minus 20. Oh, interesting. Is there an asymmetry there? I think there's an asymmetry. So that's kind of fun. 110. That might be a mistake, actually. 205. So there's an interesting asymmetry there. So this box, so see that little 5-pixel overlap? That means that I can't use exactly the same numbers. And that's fine. It's just a little bit of surprise. So, and then the next one I'll use is basically 100 pixels, 0, and then a green color to cover. And that gets me, I believe, to a complete solution. Let's submit it and find out. Yeah, so that's 100% match. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 box shadows. And what did I say? I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I said 6. So we needed an additional one to do this covering. Is there a way to use uh, different kinds of box shadows to do this a little bit differently? Maybe. So this was something that was shared in the comments. So let's minify unit replace, and you see a lot of those reduce very nicely. And we'll do a submit for the score. Also, yes, some properties you don't need pixel units on, border widths, whatever. People point these out in the comments, and yes, I'm aware of a lot of those things. Thanks for sharing, but you're not telling me new stuff. Tell me new stuff. That's the great thing that happens. But hey, you can leave off the PX. Uh, yeah, it's boring. But new novel techniques, even if they're a little worse. Like I actually am always interested in new ideas. So yeah, all right. So that's a solution. I'm going to undo this, and then I'm going to. Is there a way to not? So I'm going to remove what? I'm going to comment these out. These final two. Okay, so we made that. So if we added a 0 and a minus 10 pixels, 20, 30. So that's kind of interesting, right? Like we made it smaller and maybe we can use that minus 20, 60, 70, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 85. So that's kind of interesting. So we're using the technique with the fourth value that shrinks the box shadow, but I think we've shrunk it too much. How about 25? Let's see if that does it. So we're just playing with numbers now. This is so that's the box shadow, and now it's shrunk too much. It almost fills that in. So what about minus 20? Does that do it? I just really want to see 65, 75, and then 85. Yeah, it still gives us this gap, and that's no good. It doesn't cover enough. So I think that means that for this particular puzzle, it's not suitable, and we don't gain anything by adding those last two values to create exactly that shape. Um, and actually, this is kind of making me want to investigate a conic gradient for this solution for this guy. So what does that end up looking like? And is there anything there? Maybe not. Actually, maybe that's a terrible idea, given the way the shapes work. Um, Also, maybe a clip path might be fun. Let's do blank temp. We're gonna do blank template. And put the green on the body. Is that where we at? No, that's I got the wrong color. Plunk. Yeah, clip path is going to be how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a whole lot of points. Now we could make one of them and then mirror it. That's kind of interesting. Uh, this is the issue with completely simple and straightforward shapes. Actually, this is maybe a better idea. So keeping it simple. One of the goals is always to keep it simple. So let's make just a square rather than bother with, we've got a lot of complexity here. So 42, let's push this down, 8, 90, 80, 90, 95, and then 200 or 0, 200 or 42, and then make this 242. And then the height is 110. All right, so we want 232. Here we go. So now we've got a single box, and now it's maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6, also 7 shadows. That might be good. This actually might be good. All right, so I'm going to set the color to this color, and then box shadow again, and set 1 inch, 1 inch. My phone is blowing up right now. Let me make sure that that's not something important. Nothing that I need to deal with. Pardon me. Okay, so maybe it's 2 inches, 2 inches, 1 inch. Yeah, 1 inch, 1 inch. Okay, so then 100 pixels minus 100 pixels. 100, so 90, 85, 95. Okay, and then 75, 65. Great. And then we're going to do another one, which is 95 pixels, 65 pixels. And then another one, which is 185 pixels minus 130 pixels, something like that. Make sure we got it right. Too high up. 1, 2, 1, 1, and then 195, 200. So 200. And so the next one probably is 200 pixels, 110 pixels. Oh, and we get that asymmetry, 105, or that's the vertical. The vertical is fine. We want 205. Okay. And we need one that's just this space here. So what? 100 pixels, 0, 200, 18, 19. And then we need more. We need one even further up. Also at the 110 pixels horizontal up and down level. 230 pixels minus 110 pixels. 230, 240, 240. And then we'll do another one. 240 pixels, 110 pixels. All right, and then submit. So box shadow ends up being a good solution for these guys, for this particular puzzle in much ways. So let's minify, unit replace, submit. Oh, and I've used the blank template, which is a paragraph element. So I probably can copy and paste this box shadow, right? And then look at my prior solution. No, that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is create the nested template, set this box shadow, set the color of the blue. Okay, I'll nuke that. And set color is this, like that. And then now you see this big crazy shadow. And then we put green like that. And then we're going to do 200, 20, 50. Okay. So we've got, basically I need to make the square. So 40. 2, and then make this higher. So this is the top margin. So basically we're putting the body element, or we want to make it this square here. So we need to do margins to make that happen. 6, 7, 8, 85, 86, 87. And so I think this number is also going to be 87. And then this number will be 10, 220, 30, 2. So same box shadows to get the same effect. So submit. Let's find out. And this is similar shape too, but we still need lots of box shadows. And the inset is just to cover it up. So I'm going to do minify, and then replace again, which you've already kind of done. Whoops. And a final submit. Final. Probably other tunings we could make here. Yeah, and that's not a better score. There might be Q values for some of these pixel values that would improve this as well. But it's not particularly better. I thought it might be, but it's really not, because there's a whole lot of box shadows, partly because of the duplication here. Oh, and well, so that's got me thinking. So I'm going to drop off these guys. Okay. So, all right, let me get rid of, what am I going to get rid of? If I add a 0 and then add 10 pixels, that makes it bigger, and then I can move it over more. So I've made it grow. And is that going to work? It's kind of an interesting mess. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to change, is it? Forgive me, this is deeply experimental here today, which is fun, but I don't want to waste your time. Okay. Okay, so it's actually not this one that I want to change. It's these two. The 50 VW 110 and then a 205 pixels 110. And so to show that, I'll put colors on these. And actually, let's do dark red on one of them. Okay, so if we expand this red guy, we say 0, 40 pixels, and then move it over. And then move it more vertically. So 205, 10, 20, 30, 40. So there we go. And then more vertical. 2. So, okay. And so I'm going to do the same thing here, 0 and 40 pixels, and then adjust the position of this. So 10, 20, 30, 40, and then increase this number to 255. Nope, that's not the right number. 120, 30, 40, 50. Great. I like that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gradients. So let's do minify and unit replace again, and then submit. Maybe this is a better score. It does add the 0 values, but it's an interesting technique. And actually, that is a better score. So, okay, so fewer overall sets of numbers is nice in this case, rather than a whole other new set. Because just adding, the 0, which would be the blur, right? Which you can, if I put a number on that, you'll see the blurriness, right? So I just made that blurry. But the third number is blur, and then the fourth number is an adjustment to the size. I haven't tested this so much, but this is a great first effort. Um, Actually, it might be the second time I've done it now. But appreciate the comments of new and interesting techniques. Always do. This was a long one. Sorry, 22 minutes. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Go make a web page and have fun with some CSS today. Do it. It's so fun to make web pages. All right, get out of here.